Hey guys, a warm welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about a coffee maker that seriously changed the way I make coffee at home. It's the Hamilton Beach 2-way 12-cup programmable drip hot and iced coffee maker and single-serve coffee machine in black, model 47500J. I've been using this for weeks and I feel like I finally have a machine that gives me flexibility, convenience, and great coffee without having to run to a cafe every morning. So straight up, what makes this Hamilton Beach model interesting is that it's not just a regular drip coffee maker. It's a two-way machine, meaning you can brew a full 1-2 cup carafe or a single cup right from the same unit. For me that was a big deal because sometimes I want a big pot to enjoy throughout the day or share with someone, and other times I just want one quick cup before I head out. This dual-function design saves counter space and money because you don't need two separate machines. The overall build of the machine feels sturdy and simple, nothing overly fancy, but it looks sleek enough in black and fits nicely in a kitchen setup without feeling bulky. The controls are intuitive, and it's not intimidating even if you're not a coffee gadget person. There's a clear LCD with buttons for programming, and you can set it to start brewing ahead of time so your coffee is ready when you wake up. That programmable feature is something I have come to rely on. Waking up to the smell of coffee already brewing is honestly one of life's little wins. This unit also has an auto pause and pour feature, so if you just can't wait to fill your mug, you can lift the carafe during brewing and pour mid-cycle without making a huge mess. When I'm making a full pot with the glass carafe, it produces a smooth, rich cup of coffee. The flavor is consistent from the first cup to the last, which isn't always something you get with drip makers. I usually brew a medium strength and find the taste is just right, not too weak and definitely not bitter unless I overdo the coffee grounds like I sometimes do when I'm half asleep. It also works well for iced coffee. I know sometimes machines struggle with iced brewing because ice dilutes flavor, but this one has a setting designed for cold brew or iced coffee that helps lock in taste even when you brew over ice. Now let's talk about the single serve side because this is where some machines get annoying, but this one gets it mostly right. You don't need any pods, which is a huge plus for me. You just add coffee grounds to the single-serve basket and pop in a cup. It's versatile because you can use your own grounds and adjust strength to taste. One pull of the lever and the machine brews directly into your cup. I will say it can be a bit slower than some dedicated single-serve pod machines I've used, but the coffee tastes better to me because it doesn't have that weird pod aftertaste. You do need to clean the single-serve basket frequently if you're switching flavors often, but that's just part of using grounds versus pods. The capacity for the single-serve side fits standard mug sizes, which is great, but if you're using really tall travel mugs you might need to set the carafe tray down so it fits, just a small thing but worth mentioning. Also, the water reservoir is shared for both brewing methods, so if you're switching from full pot to single serve you sometimes need to refill sooner than expected. It isn't a deal breaker, just something to get used to. Another feature I appreciate is the programmable timer. You can set it up the night before, choose how strong you want the coffee, and it warms the coffee after brewing so it doesn't get cold if you're running late. The keep warm plate isn't scorching hot, but it's warm enough that your coffee stays drinkable for an hour or two without turning bitter. There were a couple of things I noticed that aren't perfect. The carafe lid isn't super tight, so you have to be careful when you're pouring or you'll get some spills. The buttons could feel a bit more touch responsive because sometimes you have to press twice for the timer settings to register. But overall, these are minor gripes compared to the convenience and quality of coffee you get. So what's the final take? If you're someone who likes flexibility in how you brew, whether it's a full pot for guests or a single cup before work, this Hamilton Beach 2-way coffee maker hits a really nice balance of performance, convenience, and price. It's not overwhelming to use, and it delivers consistently good coffee without sounding like a spaceship launching. It's the kind of machine that just gets the job done and makes you wonder why you ever settled for mediocre brews. If you want to check the current price and grab one for yourself, click the link below for best price. Having one machine that handles both full pots and single serves has genuinely changed my mornings for the better, and I think it'll do the same for you. That's my honest review of the Hamilton Beach 2-way 12-cup programmable drip hot and iced coffee maker and single-serve coffee machine in black. Let me know what your go-to coffee strength is and how you like to brew in the comments.